disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Yeah, no, none at all. Visitors should be thankful, but don't come at all. No disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Visitors should be thankful, or don't come at all. Where was the xenophobia when we were fighting with Ethiopia? Where were the bros when we exposed King and Leopold? Where were the vision for righteous when we fought for laws that made y'all migrants? Some grateful, some hateful, but all put up to our table and pulled out with a plate full. Oh, all put up to our table and pulled out with a plate full. No disrespect in my house, 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 visitors should be thankful, or don't come at all. No disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Visitors should be thankful, or don't come at all. Where was the xenophobia when we were fighting with Ethiopia? Where were the bros when we exposed King Leopold? Where were the visa for righteous when we fought for laws that made y'all migrants? Some grateful, some hateful, but all put up to our table and pulled out with a plate full. All put up to our table and pulled out with a plate full. No disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Visitors should be thankful, or don't come at all. No disrespect in my house, 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 in my house. Visitors should be thankful, or don't come at all.
Yeah, family, as I highlighted before, these guys. So you got Teddy Ruxpin in the top right, and then you had the three slow stooges, bottom, top left, and the other guy hauled ass. Yeah, okay. So they got their cheerleaders like literally inbox me on Facebook to pull up to their channels. When I pulled up to damn near all their channels, none of these people come over here. All right, no, that's not how it works. And then I go to y'all channels for what? Nobody watch your channels. Nobody even see the video. No, not doing that. And all they do, which I don't care, because I hopped on Sinetta, hopped on it'd be 9v1, 12v1 me. I don't mind, like, because I know once you stand on truth, nothing you can do besides mute me and talk over me and ask me questions that are irrelevant. That's all you can do. Yeah, so that don't spook me out. It's just that like my supporters, my family from my same lineage need to come. I mean, y'all need to come over here and let them hear y'all retarded arguments. All right, no, and I'm the A side anyway. We're not doing that. Okay, so let's start it off right here. Let's start it off right here. So they like to appeal to authority. They like to put forward their personal elders, their personal scholars that agrees with Pan-African scamism. Then they put it in front of you like you're supposed to respect and honor them the same way. Look at this guy right here.
The Mossy Warrior Clan was created because myself and others like Brother Nahisi saw a need for a young African group to analyze information concerning the African phenomenon with no bias, with rigor, and with scholarship.
No bias, rigor, and scholarship. They claim that's what they come together to do.
We created the Mossy Warrior Clan for the purpose of being an expert research team.
Okay, so they came together to be an expert research team. Well, dang. The first audio I play ain't going to go well. All right. So I'm gonna run this back a little later as more people pull up. But check this out. So they came together, they're unbiased, like me, they claim. They're rigor, they're research team, they're expert research team. Okay, well, you know what? I just happened to be in a building when they had a guest and they were trying to break down science. You know, they all scientific literate, right? All of them are scientific literates. But when they talk about science, they somehow become scientific illiterates. Okay, so the brother's gonna be talking about albinoism. All right. Albinoism. The brother, the research expert. So the guest was like, wait a minute, because the research expert is going to say the only albinos in the world are people of African descent. So the guest was like, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah. He tried to ask him an anecdotal question. Now, keep in mind, the way science works, you don't base one person answer their personal anecdotal worldview. You don't base science on that and say, okay, so for example, because I've never seen a grizzly bear in real life, that doesn't mean nobody's ever seen one in real life. So he asked his guest, have you ever seen a white albino? He was like, no. He's like, see, they don't exist. Now, this is a guy who's supposed to be scientific literate. That is very scientific illiterate to me, into the world of science and anybody that got one brain cell. So the guy came back and said, nah, I just Googled it. You have albinos in every race, not just whites. You have albino in every race. Cause he also, the scientific research expert also said, have you ever seen an albino Chinese person? Okay. And keep in mind, he's scientific literate, supposedly. He's an expert. He's part of an expert research team. So the guy was like, nah, he said, see, they don't exist. Now, family, I couldn't believe I just heard what I heard, because these guys be pushing that scientific literacy all day long. I'm like, yo, you can't be more unscientific. You can't be more unscientific than that. God damn, the guy said, because you haven't seen one, that means they don't exist. But this is a research team. This is an expert research team put together to educate all people of African descent. So once they say something and they're debunked, now keep in mind, when a guy read the research, like, nah, there's albinos in every race. He never said, okay, all right, my fault. He went 10 toes down even further. So I want you to hear for yourselves. No more to belabor this. Remember, these are scientific literate people who writes books all day long, 900-page books all day long. Okay. They always citing peer-reviewed stuff, allegedly. They all supposedly scholars, and you got to write an article to debate with them. Look at this foolishness right here, family. You couldn't make this up.
That's a gene expression. Albinoism is missing something. That the pigmentation in your skin is missing something, right? That's why like some people with freckles. That's a pigmentation issue. There you go, Kapala. Void of melanin.
Freckles, huh? I ain't know that one. Well, but any race can produce albinos, all right?
Can produce what?
Albinos.
No.
Right, you got.
Okay, you heard the guy. He said, yeah, but any race can produce albinos, right? The scientific literate guy, the guy who's part of a research team full of experts, his answer was no. Now, family, this is Googleable, Wikipediaable, Britannicable, whatever, however you want to do this, Grok, AI, this is easy research. The guy, because he didn't want to be wrong so bad, but they claim they're unbiased. They research with rigor. They get down to the truth. They get down and dirty, he says. The guy said, "Can't every race produce albinos?" He said, "No." Then when the guy reads the research, because these guys always want you to source up something, which is citations, source up. So he brought the research. He never, no accountability. He never said, "Oh, my fault." He kept going as though he was 10 toes down. One more time.
I didn't know that one. Well, but any race can produce albinos, all right?
Can produce what?
Albinos.
No.
Right, you got
No.
no.
No. Show me a white albino. You can't. Albinoism comes from a void of melanin. Only from black people. Only from us.
Only from black people.
Yeah. Show me a Chinese
That do sound funny hearing it out loud. Hold on, I just looked it up. It said, okay, I looked up. I said, can every race produce albinos? And it says yes. People from every racial or ethnic background can have albinism. I need to tell them.
Keep reading it. Let's see what it explains.
All right, a few important clarifications. What albino?
Well, he got to keep reading for it, fam. That's the mic drop. This guy is scientific literate, right? He told him, no, only black people can produce albinos. So he read it real clear, crystal clear. Now, all of a sudden, you got to keep reading. All right, so let's keep reading. Let's see what changes.
Albinism is a genetic condition, not a race.
There you go.
I mean, but if it's not a race.
Wait, there you go. What? He said, there you go, as though he read only black people or African people can produce albinos. He said, there you go. There you go. What? He just debunked you. He just read that Africans and other races can produce albinos. Did I miss something? Did he read only Africans can produce albinos? Or did the further reading just explain why that's the case? Why every race produce albinos? Now, I want y'all to hear this before I play the three Slow Stooges and Teddy Ruxpin. I want you to see their integrity, see that there's no accountability. They don't stand on truth. They stand on beliefs. That ain't science. You don't go into science with a belief and then use confirmation bias to justify it. You go into science with a thought, but you're willing to falsify that thought. You're trying to prove it's untrue. So he just falsified your thought. He just, not even falsified, he just flat out debunked it. You said only Africans can produce albinos. He read the definition, or the research. You said, keep reading. He kept reading. And you said, there you go, as though something was debunked besides your claim. So family, you got to watch that. He said, there you go. Now, if I'm on the panel, I'm like, there you go, what? I'm like, well, do you still believe only Africans produce albinos?
Racial or ethnic. That do sound funny hearing it out loud. Hold on, I just looked it up. It said, okay, I looked up. I said, can every race produce albinos? And it says yes. People from every racial or ethnic background can have albinism.
Keep reading it. Let's see what it explains.
All right. A few important clarifications. What albino is. Albinism is a genetic condition, not a race.
There you go.
I mean, but if it's not a race.
No, albino, bro, only black people doing that. Show me a white albino. They're going to say his hair and eyes, but he's still white. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm for real. Look up white albino.
Wait, why is he looking at white albinos? You just said only, hold on. Why is he looking up white albinos? You said they don't exist. Okay, so I'm prepping you guys the type of scholarship, the type of so-called experts you're dealing with. All right. He said, look up white albinos. Wait a minute. There's no such thing as white albinos, right? You said only Africans produce albinos. Family, as I'm watching this, I just couldn't believe he said this. I even gave him a warning. I said, bro, make that video private before I clip that. He left it up there. The dude said, no, only Wait till I chop this up even smaller. This will be part of my intro. How they're scientific literate. How they write all these books. But bro, what's the point of writing and reading all those books if you don't comprehend what the hell you're writing and reading?
Identifications. What albino is? Albino
is missing something. That the pigmentation in your skin is missing something, right? That's why like some people with freckles. That's a pigmentation issue. There you go, Kapala. Void of melanin.
freckles. Oh, I ain't know that one. Well, but any race can produce albinos, all right?
Can produce what?
Albinos.
No.
Right, you got.
All right. So now you heard him. He said the question was asked, can any race produce albinos? He said no. Then later, the part of the Three Slow Stooges, the same guy who said no, he later asked the guy that's asking the questions to look up white albinos. Brother, what the hell is a white albino? You just said only Africans can produce albinos. He just asked you, can other races produce albinos? You said no, but then later you asked him about a separate race producing albinos. But they're going to call us slow.
There you go, Kapala. Void of melanin.
Freckles. Oh, I ain't know that one. Well, but any race can produce albinos, all right?
Can produce what?
Albinos.
No.
Right, you got.
Okay. I got to slow walk this because when I end this live, I want you to take away that the dude was asked the question, can any race produce albinos? He said no. Matter of fact, let me write this stuff down.
Yeah.
But I tell him why you reaching for the sound. Just because I want you.
All right, we're gonna write this down to keep up with the conversation.
No.
No?
No. Show me a white albino. You can't. Albinoism comes from a void of melanin. Only from black people.
You heard that, write that down.
Only from us.
Only from black people?
Yeah. Show me a Chinese
Hey family, this is too easy, man. This is too easy. Before we get started, he's done.
That do sound funny hearing it out loud. Hold on. I just looked it up. It said, okay, I looked up, I said, can every race produce albinos? And it says, yes, people from every racial or ethnic background can have albinism.
Keep reading it. Let's see what it explains.
All right. A few important clarifications. What albino is. Albinism is a genetic condition, not a race.
There you go.
He said, there you go. Hey family, this is a prime example of a dumb person playing smart. You all heard the saying, smart people can play dumb, but dumb people can't play smart. This is a dumb person playing smart. There you go. There you go. What?
I mean, but if it's not a race.
No, albino, bro, only black people doing that.
So he doubled down. Okay. Only black people doing that, which is producing but
It's fine. Everything's gonna be okay.
okay.
Show me a white albino. They're gonna say his hair and eyes, but he's still white. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm for real. Look up white albino.
Okay. He said, show me a white albino, and then said, look up white albino. Family, that's a contradiction in terms and contrast. How do you say they don't exist and then say look them up? Now listen, he's gonna look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. Hold on, let me see. Show me a white albino.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They showed me some pictures, man. They showed me
Of course.
an albino person or animal, what the fuck, with a genetic condition causing a lack of
Because
it's a lack of melanin pigment, resulting in very pale skin, all that shit.
Okay, so this is a preview of the type of education, logic you're gonna witness and hear from these team of quote unquote experts who does rigor research, unbiased research. They research to the death of them. They're a research team of experts. Already is not looking good. Already starting off cat. So he says, show them pictures of white albinos. Family, there you go. All right. So this is why they do not come over here and click that link. That fast, he's out of here. That's embarrassing, man. So this is the example. This is a preview of what I'm gonna do to him. All right, so let's get started. Embarrassing. Hey, peace, Donnie, for the super chat. The lineage love, $4.99. Thank you, fresh always. $1.99. Lineage love in the super chat. Yeah, stuck on stupid. I mean, listen, I let the guy know. I came on there. I said, dude, yo, go ahead and erase that video and make it private. I said, because so look what he did. Look what they did. They blocked me. They blocked me where I couldn't create clips, but they're retarded. I got about 100 different accounts. So I had used another account and created the clips. They blocked me from the channel. He thought that was a solution. Because that was sort of a solution because I could no longer create clips from unbiased rhyme. So all I did was just create the video clips from another channel. I mean, this is telling you how disingenuous these guys are. But they're a panel full of experts. Listen to this foolishness. 1 second. All right, so let's go. They're one more time.
And none of us, any place in the world, will be free until that continent is free.
Okay, so now this is where they appeal to their elders. If their elders said it, it must be right. So we're like kind of confused, right? Those of us that got common sense, we're like, wait a minute, are you scientific literate or do you appeal to elders? Because in one realm, they're saying, yo, we're going to stick to the consensus. Whatever the consensus says, that's what we go with. And then when the consensus doesn't go with their narrative, they then lean to the elders. Listen, I don't know what that statement even meant. Listen, if Africa needs to be free for Africa to get things popping, then I would just say, Africa, you better get started. You better get started trying to get free. But don't wait on us, though.
The Mossy Warrior Clan was created because myself and others like Brother
Now, listen to why they were created.
Nahisi saw a need for a young African group to analyze information concerning the African phenomenon with no bias, with rigor, and with scholarship.
What was so scholarship about denying that white albinos existence? And what was so scholarship about denying that other races produces albinos? There's nothing scholarship about that. That's completely biased. That's no rigor.
We created the Mossy Warrior Clan for the purpose of being an expert research team.
So this expert research team didn't know that other races besides Africans can produce albinos. Yeah, this ain't starting off good for them. What else?
You have to realize who the author of the ignorance is, because they wear many hats. And then you have to understand that you're going to hear some things that you probably won't find the evidence for. And therefore, you have to consider all things when listening to these people, because they'll lead you in the wrong direction or misinterpret history, or probably try to sell you something.
Okay, but meanwhile, they try to sell you books all throughout the 4-hour video. Now, listen, they're throwing dirt on people who they're going to address without first addressing them. Okay, that's called pre-framing us as liars, grifters before presenting evidence. That's framing, my guy. That's projecting. So basically, before we start, just assume that the other side is stupid, dishonest, and running a scam. Oh, that's very scholarly. That's very unbiased. Oh, that's much rigor there. Okay, this is the classic. They all do this because they can't refute our core arguments. I keep saying that. I keep telling you guys that. This is classic poisoning the well. If you start by telling the audience nothing we have to say is evidence, you don't have to engage the evidence we actually produce. How convenient. So basically, they shot us down before we can even rebut or produce evidence. So once we try to produce evidence or rebut, you already framed us as liars, scammers, people who ain't worth a damn listen to. That's not scholarly. Okay, now let's go back to this research team of experts. Okay, so this is the credential shield. This is what Dr. Ancient Mama Maya fall on. You'll see Reginald do this. They got a degree, so don't question nothing they say. Don't question no lies, because you don't have a degree and you need a degree to challenge their lies, right? So basically, they're scholars. Therefore, their critique must be the truth and full of integrity and unbiased. Okay, so in that statement, where is the scholarship part? Because announcing rigor is not the same thing as doing it. You're not doing it. Announcing unbiased isn't doing it. You got to do it. Announcing scholarship isn't scholarship. You got to do it. Okay. You guys just made the big boo-boo. You said other races don't produce albinos when the research, the scholarship actually says, the unbiased research actually says they do. Okay. So, but the rest of their segment, you'll see, quickly slides into generalizations about FBA psychology, intelligence, culture, and motives without proving specifics. They can just make the claim and it must be true. If they are a research team of experts, then the minimum is, sir, is quote the exact claims we make, cite primary sources, show the causal, show the causal chain. But they're not gonna do that. They just throw ad hominems the entire time. Judge for yourself. Judge for yourself.
And you have
of that enslaving process was the devaluing of African people, African life, African values, African customs, African languages. And so when you have a population that is born into a system but don't have a historic memory of their African selves, then they are vulnerable to a lot of misinformation about of that enslavement.
So because we don't kiss Africa's ass and romanticize Africa and make believe all these great things that they never did, because we don't do that, we're vulnerable to misinformation. Okay, listen. For me, before I have any discussion with one of these three slow stooges, they gotta address that albino claim. All right, we're not going further past that because remember, these guys are so pro science, so scientific literate. They produce articles, they write books, they do all this shit. So we need to first retract that all races outside of African races or people also produce albinos, right? We got to get that straight. We can't go past that. So now, because we don't kiss Africa ass, we're vulnerable to misinformation. Okay. So in other words, FBA, it exists because we forgot Africa, right? We forgot about Africa and we're miseducated because we forgot about Africa. Remember, this is an expert research team. This is their diagnosis. Black Americans disagree with them, right? So we disagree with them. And by doing that, we must be psychologically damaged and don't remember Africa simply because we disagree with them. We just must be slow. No case in points, no arguments, quotations, none of that stuff. Okay, so that's not an analysis. That's therapy as a debate without the license, because none of these guys never got no damn real credentials. But Black Americans, we can acknowledge, if we want to, our African origins, if you believe you have that, while still arguing that lineage-based U.S. policy claims require a distinct ethno-political category. Okay, so not centering Africa is not the same as not being African descendant, if you believe that fits you. Okay, that's a category error. They keep leaning on because it makes their argument emotionally satisfying. Like, these are the scammers. These are the people who believe was on that Planet Risk stuff. Okay. So FBA, we exist largely, right? I'm talking about the name FBA. We always been here. But the name started largely because broad labels like Black and African American, which they're going to attest to later, like family. All they did was just pop trash and then contradict, walk it all back. Kind of like Professor Smalls. Okay, so FBA, this acronym, ADOS, they came about because of broad labels like Black and African American. Okay, those labels can get politically ambiguous once you include post 1965 immigration, different historical harms, and different policy remedies. That's not for debate. But look at the ad hominems. Let's go. Keep going.
The forces of what they call FBA, who used to call themselves Pan-Africanists or African Senate, who are now upset, angry. I think we have to understand this as a form of psychological warfare.
Okay, so first of all, they're lying. All right. Some of us, first of all, Pan-Africanism is an ideology. It's a thought. Some of us are Christians, Hebrew Israelites, Moors. We're all type of stuff, thought-wise, theology-wise, right? Philosophy. But you can actually be a flat earther and FBA. You can actually be somebody who denies evolution and be FBA. You can believe you've been here before the slave ships. That got nothing to do with you being FBA. You can believe in Christianity. You can worship white Jesus on your knees. You can kiss your white Jesus picture every day and burn candles around it. You're still FBA. You could be a Mormon. You can be a voodoo priest. All right. If your lineage is FBA, that's what you are. There's both can happen. We don't agree with some of those ideologies. Like again, if you're somebody who's a serial person, violent person in the neighborhood, we don't agree with that, but we can't deny your lineage. So again, this ain't scholarship. This ain't a research team true assessment. This is garbage, hot garbage at that.
I think that Baba Asa G. Hilliard said it really well. And let me say this. I think we have to have a systems analysis when we look at this.
Okay, so here goes the expert. So now Teddy Ruxpin is the therapist. Now he has from what I know, he has no therapy degree, but he keeps diagnosing us with some type of therapy that requires a therapy degree. Okay, so here you go. All of them are just out of their lane. They give it analysis, diagnoses, and they're not in that field. They have no credentials in that field.
Because I think that Baba Asa G. Hilliard said it really well. And let me say this. I think we have to have a systems analysis when we look at this. Because it's not like we've been trained for this. We've been trained very well. I mean, all of our scholars from Dr. Newton to Dr. Wells and to Dr. Amos Wilson this is not new. And I want to say that because we know this on this particular panel here, is those brothers and sisters who are falling victim to it, who somehow forgot that our ancestors, elders, and scholars have taught us this, and not to fall for this, and not to fall for the pointing back and forth and the anecdotal evidence that they create, not even create, that they have to support their vicious have.
So family, this is their dream team of Pan-Africans that's going to take down FBA, right? Oh my God. All right. So the whole psychological warfare, we serve white supremacist interests. Come on. Okay, that's garbage, right? So basically, all you gotta say is, yo, they have the talking points of white supremacy 3 times, and they don't gotta prove it at all. It's just true because they keep saying it. Okay, look, dude, you don't get to declare a movement white supremacy. You don't get to the movements within FBA. You can't whatever we have that the movements within the FBA that's campaigning on our behalf for reparation, delineation, whatever. All right, and then entire lineage. You can't group everything together, right, and call it white supremacy just because it's ethnically particular. Every group on earth organizes around particularity. Okay, the actual test is what policies are being advanced and who benefits. That's the bottom line. If FBA, if we advocate lineage-based remedies for specific historic harm, U.S. chattel slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, etc., that's not white supremacy, my boy. That's targeted justice logic. Then they say they're influencers. You know what they're talking about. And they say they're influencers. That isn't every refutation. You're not refuting nothing. Because y'all spaces, y'all got influencers too, right? Dr. Umar. Listen, you talk about, yeah, they have nothing, yo. All right, what else they got?
They do not see themselves as
now this guy right here, he's been on the internet for 1,000 years, like Reggie. And look how he sound. Who could listen to this guy for more than 3 minutes? That's why I make his stuff short. Listen to this guy's voice. Unappealing, unattractive. Just, I mean, when people say a lame, hey, you're a lame. His picture got to be right there. When you say, yo, that dude is a lame, listen to his voice.
African people. That's what they unite on, regardless to what they do not see themselves as African people. That's what they unite on, regardless to what political differences may or may not exist. Because, you know,
no, we don't. And nobody in the world sees themselves as African people. Everybody see themselves after their country or their tribe, right? Their ethnic identity. All right. So we're no different. You're right. You got that one right, sir.
So now we have a distinct distinction, right? Because what are you getting reparations for? What do you need reparations for if you're not if you're not tied to African people?
Did y'all hear this? Are these guys slow? What are you getting reparations for if you're not tied to African people? So, family, I just told you and proved it on several podcasts that Black and African American, these are ambiguous racialized terms in America. They point to many different groups. Well, guess what? So does the word or the term African people. When you say you're not tied to African people, what does that even mean? Because in one breath, they're calling us African people, and then they're calling all 54 countries of Africa African people, and then they're calling all the countries of Africa and all the diaspora African people, and then sometimes they just call a particular Yoruba tribe African people. So again, they're using another term that's so ambiguous, we don't even know who you're talking to when you say it. What African people? When you say Black people, what Black people? When you say African American, who are them? Who are they? Speak in specific terms. You can't, because those terms are not specific. They're ambiguous and they're vague. My guy, they're broad. So no, we don't see ourselves as just Black people. Just by that, no, we're FBA. All right, we're ADOS. We're descendants of freedmen. We don't see ourselves as just African American. That's a made up term. You dig? To confuse us. So what we did was we said, yo, we got the right to self-identify. Yo, man, we're foundational Black Americans. Don't forget the F. The Wheezy F, baby. Don't forget the Wheezy F, baby.
Sorry for taking so long. We call ourselves African American. We ain't got nothing to do with Africans. So we're going to replace the term African American with foundational Black American. They're saying that they were taking African because Africans can come over here into this country, and because they're from Africa, they can claim to be African American.
By the way, family, this slow guy is reading this. He's actually, you would think this is just on his mind, right? He's actually reading this. Dude, you're reading this? This ain't deep. This ain't scholarship. This ain't a diagnosis, analysis. You're just talking out your ass, and he's reading it. This is embarrassing.
And because they're from Africa, we call ourselves African American. We ain't got nothing to do with Africans. So we're going to replace the term African American with foundational Black American. They're saying that they were taking African because Africans can come over here into this country, and because they're from Africa, they can claim to be African American. So what do they do in their genius 6th grade reading level selves? They say we're foundational Black Americans. That'll stop them. Not understanding that these Africans are Black too.
The family, that's the problem with the word Black. No, those Africans are not Black too. Those Africans are African. We're Black. Now you guys are, if you guys were on the ropes before, on the fence, so to speak, now you're seeing the problem with the word Black, extending it to people non-FBA. No, the only Black people are FBA. Everybody else is African, Caribbean, West Indian, Yoruba, booty scratcher, whatever. That's what you are. You're not Black American. You're not foundational Black American. You're not Black at all. And you're not ADOS. You're not a descendant of freedmen. You're not Solon. You dig? So yeah, that's why I am taking that word back. I'm repulling that word back. Black. You're not Black. Okay. And then the question is, in what sense are you Black? Because which way, that's new. And that definitely not the way we described it and defined it. You're not Black like us. You're not Black at all. But if you are Black, you're not Black like us. That's the bottom line. That's why. But you guys seeing how it's important to get a grip over that word and stop saying it so loosely. because these fools are confusing everybody. They black too. When I showed you guys in 2007, Foundation of Black Americans were saying Obama wasn't black. Because to us, black is synonymous with ADOS. That's how we use it. We use it like that before Yvette Carnell. They don't know that. That's why they click the link, they get cooked. We've been saying DOS way before Yvette Carnell. And we use DOS because we understood black and African American was ambiguous. So people already know who we're talking about. And sometimes we say it, we want to confuse people. So we'll say, he's not black, he's not ADOS, or he's not DOS, or he's not African American, meaning he's not DOS. It's like we were qualified by saying he's not DOS. So that means that we were pretty much defining blackness to DOS, descendants of slavery. And also we were defining black with the black experience. Okay. Do I got to go there real quick? Give me a second. So let me show you guys how we were defining black before an FBA was thought of, before an Yvette Carnell was thought of. Okay. Watch this. These guys, man. Wesley Snipes said in Blade, do you know?
Isn't.
Wesley Snipes said in Blade, do you know who you're effing with? These guys, they know though. That's why they don't click that link. Listen, this is post FBA. This is pre FBA. This is pre ADOS, meaning that nobody was running around saying Foundation Black American, and nobody's running around saying American descendants of slavery. Listen.
Obama isn't the descendant of slaves. His father,
clearly, he's a white man. This is 2007. Obama isn't a descendant of slaves. Okay. Because to be one of us is commonly known. You have to be a descendant of slavery. Hold on. Let me get that back.
Obama isn't the descendant of slaves. His father emigrated from Kenya in 1959, and his mom is the Swiss Miss Girl.
So he's explaining why Obama isn't a descendant of slaves. It's the obvious. He doesn't have U.S. chattel slavery lineage. All right, let's keep going.
Some are even claiming that the senator has not lived the quote.
So now, so far you heard, again, this is 2007, and you heard the man say Obama is not a descendant of slavery. That's what blackness means. When we say we're black, that's what it means. And look, this is another definition. So he's going to mention both definitions in one sentence. Watch this.
Of slaves. His father emigrated from Kenya in 1959, and his mom is the Swiss Miss Girl. Some are even claiming that the senator has not lived the quote black experience. And
there you go. Somebody dropped that bomb. Drop that Funk Flex bomb. Okay. Yes. It's called the black experience. What is the black experience? The black experience is DOS. Descendants of slavery in America. Black equals DOS. DOS equals the black experience. You see me? You see, it goes around in a circle. It comes back full circle. To be black means you live the black experience. What is the black experience? Descendants of slavery in America. You're not ready, man. But you can act like you are. Click that damn link. Now, look at their title. Their title to their video is Let's Talk FBA. I spoke about this 2 nights ago. I said that these people channels are rooted on African talk, Pan-African talk. That talk is so boring, even to Pan-Africans, that they run to our topics. They abandon Pan-African value systems, Pan-African education, Pan-African signal boosting. They realize, hey, man, this ain't going nowhere. Let's just be permanent critics of FBA. So they abandoned Pan-Africanism. So when we say Pan-Africanism is dead, they say prove it. They say, look at your channels. You don't talk about it. You talk about what we talk about. You dig? So what we talk about is alive and well. What you talk about is dead. You over here with us. You over here help signal boosting our causes, not your own. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay. So now watch this, family. I pointed this out a while ago. All they want to do is promote books. That's it. They got no real nothing. They just promote books. Here you go.
This is a population of very uneducated people. I can't have this discussion with them until they get to a certain level.
And family, they're so deep, they're so educated that we're not on their level. They're the only people who read, research, have degrees. They're the only people who's working, and we don't believe any of them work. But they're the only people. I mean, now you talk about divisive. When do we say what they say? When do we make the claim, you guys don't know Black history? You guys don't know this. You guys too dumb to understand. We're too deep for you. Family, that is their language. Their language is how slow we are, how we need to catch up, how backwards we are. We don't do this. We don't, everything as far as education. That is parroting white supremacy. But they would say we parrot white supremacy. Nah, white folks are the one who say we don't have any education, we're illiterate, blah, blah, blah. That's what they say. Listen to him. He's like a Frankenstein white supremacist.
This is a population of very uneducated people. I can't have this discussion with them until they get to a certain level of understanding about reality, right? Like you know, I'm citing Blueprint for Black Power. Do you think FBAs are going to go through a 900-page book about?
See, he said, do you think we'll go through a 900-page book? Family, we just don't read. That's white supremacy talk. See, they say we do that. They can't prove it. I'm showing you case in point. He just generalized all of us. Now, keep in mind, this is a researcher. This is a scholar, and he's part of an expert research team. This is his analysis to people he never met before. We won't read a 900-page book. For one, why should we? What is this, a litmus test? Why are we reading it? We're reading a 900-page book, then what? Or how about why we got to read a book with 900 pages? Why we just can't read a bunch of books that equal 900 pages? Ain't that the same? See, but family, he's trying to advertise these books. He wants to, and by the way, this is his book. That's his name right there. It's like, I think almost every guy on that panel name is Asar. There's 4 guys on the panel, and I think all their names are Asar. Like, you guys gotta be more original, making up names for Kemet. All their, one guy named is Asar Emotep, one name is Asar Hotep, another guy named is Asar Finks, and the last guy name is Asar Egypt, something like that. Egypt Pharaoh, Asar Pharaoh. All the names are Asar. But this is his book. Oh, you can't see it. Good. But he's advertising his book on the screen. And part of his xenophobia, his divisive talk was, we don't read 900-page books. Now, this is the analyst from a scholar, from a research expert.
Do you think FBAs are going to go through a 900-page book about the psychology of Black folks, its history, economics? There's a whole chapter in there on Afro-centric education. You know they're going to reject that.
Great guess. Great guess. But as you can see, ad hominems. These are scholars, part of an expert research team, and all they could do is throw ad hominems. That's not very scholarly. Okay. Let me throw that link in there in case somebody feeling froggy. They might be sipping tonight. They might got that liquid courage in their system. Let me put that right there, just in case they got that liquid courage. Okay. All right, now watch this. Now keep in mind, family, they end up debating themselves. Yo, they can't come together on no commonality. They try to come together on hating FBAs, critiquing us, trying to slow us down, trying to debunk us. And they start to debate midstream. By the way, this debate, this video they did, family, is almost 4 hours. 4 hour stream, just talking about FBA. Thank you for the promotion. Check it out. Now look, they're gonna debate each other. They can't even agree on their hate for us. You can't make this up. Watch this.
But I mean, according to the way you're like framing this,
Family, they're debating.
Who on earth has culture?
So one Asar was saying, like, he tried to give a definition of culture. And he was trying to say we don't have culture so bad that he ended up eliminating everybody on the planet. You dig? So the other Asar was like, yo, the way you framing that argument, he's like, yo, then who has culture based on that definition?
But I mean, according to the way you're like framing this, who on earth has culture?
There's a lot of folks who have culture, and then there's a lot of folks who have.
Name some.
I named
like
some at the beginning. So, for example, like I said, the Yoruba people.
I'm talking about outside of Africa.
I said China.
So the only people who got culture, this weirdo Asar guy said the whole entire continent of Africa and just China. Yeah, these guys are crazy, yo, but these are experts in research.
Chinese.
So what makes them like they won't fit in all these categories even. They've been as Europeanized, westernized, and they got all this mix up stuff going on too.
Notice that I said that in our conversation that culture, there's no such thing as a pure culture.
Okay.
Everyone interacts and borrows.
Okay.
But it gets to a point. What'd you say?
But look, so the reason why I'm struggling with this a bit is that this is the very reason why a lot of people from but I mean,
it's an amalgam of people who came together and decided to be.
So now listen to this Asar. He's getting challenged by another Asar and on the panel. And now look how aggressive he got towards his brother, right? Because he challenged his crazy ass assertion that only Africans and Chinese people got culture.
Become the people due to various circumstances.
Do you have
and over time? I'm sorry?
Do you have a scale? Because to me, like I hear a lot of words, but I'm wondering what scale do you have that can like we can look at? And I appreciate what you're doing. I just don't know. It's kind of deep for the FBAers, and I'll be honest with you because they're going to take this as evidence of why they're fighting, not really trying to get what you're trying to say. I can intellectually go where you're going. I don't know if politically I like it, but intellectually I can go with where you're going.
Family, they even compete with each other over their hate for us. This is wild.
That's an unfair comparison though. Because
I know it's an unfair comparison because you are the descendants of enslaved Africans who are developing themselves.
I'm talking about nationally is unfair because you have various groups, just like the Yoruba people of Nigeria or wherever else, that have these ideas, and they still have different ideas. So what I'm saying is there's
but they all agree. The Yoruba people all agree on the Yoruba language. They all agree on Obatala. Oh yeah. They all agree on Ifa. They all agree on Oshun. They all agree on Ogun.
People of that region. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they are sensitive as hell, family, and they can't take no critique. They offer critique to us, but they can't take no critique for themselves. Their own brother, their own Pan-African booty scratcher brother is critiquing him out of booty scratching love, and he can't take it. He's crashing out. He's 14 on his own, on his own.
That's an example. I can name many of them.
I'm about to give you an example that the people who are part of the Nation of Islam here in the hells of North America have.
Yes, and they are Muslims. It's not African. Islam is not African American.
The UNIA has an ideal person that they feel that they should strive to be like. I'm saying that you can't really.
What aren't you getting when I say that we have elements and fragments?
Well, I'm just saying that.
Listen, with no expectation of there's no.
Yes, you said. Yeah, who said you're gonna pull out a 5,000 page book to prove his point? Yeah, they're gonna start pulling out books.
No cultural expectation.
Hold on. They're gonna start pulling out books to see who got the most pages, and that's how they decide who wins the debate. Oh my God! So you're gonna pull out a 5,000 page book to win this one?
No expectation of there's no cultural expectation that everybody go through the UNIA or the Nation of Islam.
National expectation. Everybody's not Yoruba.
I didn't say that everybody is Yoruba. I'm saying.
I'm trying to juxtapose them evenly, equally. It's not comparing apples to apples.
That's why I didn't say Nigerian culture. I didn't say a Ghanaian culture. I gave an ethnic group.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. The ethnic group is within a larger construct, whether you want to call it Nigeria or not.
But you have to organize. That's why I said culture is conscious.
I think in order for this to be clear, you have to develop a scale. Because other than that, is not okay. I get it intellectually. I even agree with you intellectually, but I feel like in order for you to really flesh this out and make it clear and responsible, you need to develop a scale.
That's not a problem.
Instrument. Because other than that, I think that, and what I mean by where I politically disagree, is that the way that it lands is going to be different than what you intend.
Again, we're having an off.
Oh no, he's trying to save face now.
So this isn't.
See, family, this is the problem when you write a 900 page book without any help. What happened to his research team? I thought they were a team of research experts. Yo, these guys can't get along or nothing. The reason why he didn't want his research team to help him with his book, because if they help him, he felt like they're going to claim responsibility. Like, yo, you couldn't done that without me. And they probably would have. All Pan-Africans do is compete with each other. They pull each other down. They never support each other. They go to conferences, only 10 people there. But it's like 1 million Pan-Africans. They do lives, right? They talk about Pan-African talk. Look at their views. Their only views they get is when we pop up. That's what I'm trying to say. Yo, let them die out, man. Let them die out. You don't got to watch it. I'm going to replay it. So why not one person share the video where they get one view? Why do we need a whole lineage to watch the video? And now they got the power they always wanted. The clout chasing power. Nah, let their channels die. I'm going to play it over. You're going to hear it. Don't give them no live views. Let that channel fail. Don't like it. Don't dislike it. Let that thing fail. And just trust and know I'm going to do a reaction. And if I don't see that video, y'all got my email, blackthinktank@yahoo.com. You email it to me. You dig? Or you post it in, I'm live, post it in the chat, the link. Say I'm biased, take a look at this. But let their channels die. When I said that with the other guy, the other big guy, what happened to him? When I said that with GRIFT, what happened to him? SETI, like all their channels, once we stopped showing support, their channels were, SETI went live one day. We're talking about the great Sarasu and SETI. This dude had 3 live viewers because people are taking the great advice. Yo, let their channel, they disrespect us, let their channels die. They don't care you're cooking them. They don't care you're debunking them. All they see is 50 live viewers when they normally have 10. That's 5 times. They doing good. I'm on my way. They don't care. Okay, they just see an exponential growth in live viewership, and they're beating their chest. They screenshotting that. Like, look at that guy. I got 50 live viewers. What you get? Well, I had 35 when I said FBA. And he only gets 5. So like that is an upgrade. YouTube be trying to find them a way to fit them in the algorithm while they kicking us out. Like what are we doing? That's probably why a lot of us, our views ain't where it should be, because y'all supporting them and they're replacing us with stupid shit. And then they arguing on the live.
This isn't the organized.
So now he got a whole book, 900 pages, and when he got challenged, his plea was, "Well, this book ain't really organized. This is a 900-page rough draft. This is a 900-page rough draft." Now he sells this book, right? It don't say for commercial uses only, not for promotional use. This guy, or not for promotion, they don't say that. He sells this book. And now all of a sudden it's a 900-page rough draft because he got cooked by his fellow Pan-African. All right, so let's get back. Oh my God. Now listen, now I gotta show my channel. I gotta show y'all this now. Hold on. I gotta show you this. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the cloud.
Brother Sean,
hold on. I'm gonna show y'all the clout chasing book club they got. All they do is clout chase with books. They're a book club. Look at this. So he's trying to share a book, but he's so silly. He has a background. His green screen is poor. So you see right through the book.
Brother Sean, if you're showing anything, or you were just reading.
No.
Yeah, I was reading. Page 56.
We all
Look,
there.
They all got
It's just in my arms reach.
Yo, what is this, yo? They just hold up the same book. Yo. This is what Pan-Africanism always ever been. A book club. They go to book club meetings, they show their books, they go to conferences, that's it. Nothing tangible ever gets done. Okay. Now, so that was the grand. So what you just seen right there, everybody holding up books, the same book, that was their grand scholarly finale. Okay. What did they say? We're too dumb to understand them. We don't read 900-page books. Okay, but these are experts, a team of experts, unbiased, they say. But the fact is, if you can't explain your critique in a way that normal people can understand without the ad hominems and we don't read and we're dumb and you got to dumb it down, that's not our failure. That's yours. Or that's not the people failure. That's not the masses failure. That's yours. You guys are horrible teachers, horrible writers, horrible authors, man. Also, they're complaining about FBA influencers, those who can really get a message out there. Okay. While admitting they have no plan for mass political education beyond reading a book with 900 pages. Why 900? Why not 150? Why does a book got to have 900? Hey, family, what book that's of a real value in your life that's got 900 pages? The average book with great information probably got a third of that. 300 at 250. I'm gonna say 200. A real reader knows that books of real valuable information are in between 200 pages to about 350. Books that really get the job done. What am I reading a 900-page book for? They do that, family, because they justify their price. 900 pages mean I can sell it for $9,000. A book with 200 pages, I got to sell it for $25. But 900 pages, $9,000, and God forbid, 5,000 pages, that's your whole salary for the year. And they really think they're going to be millionaires off selling books. They really believe that. Why is it is that like a passage or right? Is that a ritual that they must all do? They must write a book. Okay, so what else they got? What else they got before I close it? Okay, so all right. Oh my God. Oh my God. So yeah, I got the clips, man. I got the clips. So anyway, so we're not on that level. But this is some elitist stuff that they're on. You dig? FBAs are too dumb, low comprehension. They got to dumb it down. Bro, if your position is strong as you believe it is, then you don't need to announce how smarter you are. It'll be evident, self-evident. Okay. All you do is make these crazy claims without addressing our core claims. This is debate dodge, family. We're advanced. We're a research team of experts. We do rigor research, unbiased research. Okay, come on, everybody says that. Okay, that ain't evidence that your argument is good. Okay, but nothing says intellectual like opening with, y'all too slow to understand this. Yeah, okay, I guess everybody should believe you guys. You're the scholars. Okay, y'all talking like that, that must be believable. Like, what is that for? Like, seriously. All right, so I got some more clips.
So like when you say, for example, if ADOS is a label, what kind of vision does that represent in terms of being a descendant of slavery? That's not a vision. That's not in the tradition of African people, so to speak. And the same thing with FBA. That's not a vision. That's just something you are. And the more and more these folks keep marrying white folks, there's the concept of blackness in America is going to be just an abstract historical title. It's not going to represent the actual skin color of the people, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the skin color thing means, but you stuck on that kinfolk stuff. That ain't what we do here, buddy. Okay. So, brother, wrong category. Okay, we speak about ethnonyms. And an ethnonym can be origin-based, right? Place-based, lineage-based, historical experience-based. It can be descendant of slavery, you dig? Based. And by the way, lineage-based descendant of slavery is a legal historical injury lineage. Exactly the kind of category you need for redress, targeted policy, and data clarity. Vision, he speaks of vision. Vision can be built after delineation. See, these guys want to do everything but delineate. You can't organize politically if your category is ambiguous. Fools. That's why Pan-Africanism does not work, family. And it cannot work because you can't organize politically if your category is ambiguous. Who are you speaking to? Do they know you're speaking to them? How do they know? How do you target them only? They come into the country and they believe they're Nigerians. So when you say African American, they're like, okay, yeah, those folks over there. But you have to use specific language where people know it's them and they don't have to guess. That's why we say FBA, we say ADOS, we say descendants of freedmen. We explain it. We don't even got to like tell nobody they're that. Our explanation alone, people start to say, that's me. That's me. That's me. Okay. What else he said? Anyway. So at some point, he's going to agree with us finally. Like I said, these guys talk, and then it's going to come full circle. He's going to, after all these 900 pages of books, he's going to finally agree with us. It's embarrassing. After writing a 900-page book, after doing 1,000 lectures, all of that is to finally agree with us, which is bogus.
And again, we're at a stage now where it's just too many people and we're too spread out to expect,
It's too many people, we're too spread out. Ain't that what we say? We say Black African American, that's too ambiguous, that's too broad, that speaks to too many people. He's saying the same thing, family. That you cannot. Let me get the. This is 2 hours and 30 minutes into this 3 hour and 30 minute rant, crying rant. At the very end of it, he finally agrees that we're too broad, we're too spread out.
Again, we're at a stage now where it's just too many people and we're too spread out to expect, kind of a unified thing. But
That's exactly what we said. Yo, oh my God. So he comes back and says, and to come back and say exactly what we always been saying about the reason to delineate is to narrow. He just said we're too broad, we're too spread out to expect things to come our way, to expect allocations specific for us. You know what I mean? To expect a real tangible gain. He disagreed. We're too broad, we're too spread out for unity. Right. Now look, I'm gonna keep playing. I ain't gonna stop it there. Look what he says.
you can create something that we can that is a kind of reduced thing that is
Like FBA, that reduces that big broad thing you're talking about. So family, what he's describing is what we already did. That's why they're mad. They're mad that a Pan-African didn't come up with it. He just said we're too broad, we're too spread out thinly, where we can't get unity. We need to reduce it, create something smaller. FBA, keep going.
that we can all agree that, okay, this is the center of who we are.
FBA, we already did that. Dude, you're light years behind. That's already done. But go ahead.
And we recognize these regional expressions. And
Right. That's what FBA is about. I mean, he literally explained the whole purpose for FBA and pretend that he doesn't know it. Ridiculous.
I'm sorry?
He picking it up.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, son. The FBA started yesterday.
Okay, so now that's an argument that you like to use. FBA started yesterday. Well, damn. African Americans started the day before. Okay. Like that wasn't given, bro. That statement, you were not eating off that statement, bro. Every term is new. This guy said FBA is yesterday. Yeah, okay. So Pan-Africanism is the day before. It's the day before FBA. Okay, what's up? And black was before that. All right. All right, so let me just read this comment. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hold on. All right.
The dear brother that's in the
So family, like I said, stop going to their channels, because all you're doing, they don't care about you cooking them and debunking. All they see is more numbers they had before, and that is incentivizing them to keep putting FB in their title, keep slandering, and keep blah 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 blah. No, 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 no. Don't worry. Send me that. We're gonna watch it together like we are right now, and then we watch it with a analysis, a real unbiased eye. You feel me? So now I'm in the chat at this point. So I'm like, yo, man, damn, y'all talking about us, but y'all don't talk to us, man. Won't you pull up on the channel? This is his response to my comment.
that's in the chat told me once upon people. There's a dear brother.
So right now he's talking about me.
The dear brother that's in the chat told me once upon a time, and I don't know if he still stick by this, but he told me, right? If you're the smartest person in the room, get out that room. Get out that room.
Now, their Baba just asked the Baba just asked the other Asar with the book. He said, "You need a measuring stick because y'all just say shit, but there's no measuring. Like, how do you measure?" So this guy's talking. How do you measure? You're the smartest person in the room. You're not even in the room yet. He just said somebody told him, which he's talking about me. If you're the smartest person in the room, get out that room, dude. You're not even in the room. You got to go into the room to realize you're the smartest person, and then you exit stage right. You don't come into the room. The link is right there, pinned to the top. This is the room. Okay, now look at the ad hominem attack. Check this out. Look, how you 4T without even joining me? How do you 4T me without joining the panel? Watch this.
And so, Ron, you was in the chat. You were saying a lot of things, talking about coming over there to your panel, this, that.
Okay, so he called me by name, Ron. He said, Ron, I let you know that he knows me.
Get out that room. And so, Ron, you was in the chat. You were saying a lot of things, talking about coming over there to your panel, this, that, and the third, because you're trying to have these mini debates where there's just conversations, no real informations, or no presentations, or none of that. I'm not going over there where I'm the smartest person in the room.
There you go. Boom. So put some respect on my name. Now he'll debate all these apples that he think he can cook. He'll debate all these people, right? They all do this. They all, Dr. Mayat would debate Dewan B, Sincere Love God. When I've been called her, I showed my email exchange. I just showed my email exchange with Brother Reggie. And guess what? I got old email exchanges with Teddy Ruxpin. Okay. Matter of fact, let me find it. Y'all want receipts? They all gave me their email. And they promised to pull up and they didn't. Okay, hold on. What's up? What is Teddy Ruxpin? What is Teddy Ruxpin email? It's been like the summertime. Let me see. Give me a second. I found it. Oh my God, yo. All right. So he gave me his email. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Now I shared my screen with Dr. Mayat. She kept promising to come talk to me, never did. I showed you my email exchange with Brother Reggie, how he wanted some money. Right. So I said, all right, we got $50 for you. Then he made it more excuses, like he wanted more money. Okay, so look, so now I'm gonna share some email exchanges with myself and your boy Teddy Ruxpin. I always ever had this. I feel like I ain't got to do this, but I got to do it now. Family, I reached out to all these. I ain't gonna be now. Okay, so this is his name. His name is Dr. Dennis Asar Winkler at gmail.com, September 1st, 2025. I said, Pete, brother, you gave me your email and I'm emailing you as you instructed me. I wanted to interview in my podcast based on information from Dr. Mayat channel, the history of Pan-African and Garvey, blah, 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 FBA. I said, I've been doing more research and I came across more information on the topic. I want to share it with you and get your opinion. Maybe it's not new to you, LOL. I don't know, but I'm excited. You know, I'm trying to gaslight him, make him feel comfortable. No reply. So I came back now, like, look, he told me to email me. I got an email from him. This is Thursday, September 18th. 17 days later. Hello, are you available? Like, stop. These are cowards. These are cowards, yo. So how many more folks I got to expose? How many more people I got exposed? I've been doing email exchange with all these guys. They give me their email to have these discussions, and then they research me or ask around about me, and then somebody say, "Nah, don't fuck with him. He know too much," and they don't ever call back. They never email back. I showed Dr. Mayat. She kept saying, "Nah, brother, I'll be there. No, trust me. You got to believe me. I'll be there. On the ancestors, I'll be there." She never came over. And when they do come over, watch it be like 5 deep. All these scholars and expert researchers be 5 deep. No 1v1s. Like they think I'm that tough. They gotta come 5 deep. I just come by myself. It was on Sonnet, it was 9 verse 1. On 12 verse 1. JJ, it was like 8 verse 1. They come over here, whole team of expert researchers, allegedly. There you go. I expose another coward that will not come and talk to me in my Cameron voice. That's right. Foundational News Network, peace to you. Let me give you your FBA wrench. So I'm showing y'all the exchanges. I try to contact, I think that we got the strongest argument. I think they cherry pick, I know they cherry pick foolishness. That's not our talking points. These are straw men or rabbit holes. It ain't the main argument. Delineation is the main argument. Reparations is the main argument. Okay, so delineation and reparation, these are our main arguments. They don't like to tackle those at all. They want to talk about Turk Nasheed roasting people. They want to talk about somebody else doing red pill content or this person doing this. And no, speak to the FBA core talking points, which they didn't do. First of all, they did a 4-hour video and they talked nothing really about delineation, nothing about reparations, our core talking points. All they talked about was culture, ad hominems, we're slow, they're the top researchers. And you know what happens to people who say, I'm the top G? You know what happens to people who say, I'm the top researcher? You know what happens when people who say, I'm the top G, I'm the top researcher, I'm the top elder? What happens to those people? They get exposed in the worst way. Okay? So all these top G's out there, stop running. Now look, I'm a finished plan. So this coward said he's not interested, but there's more.
Once upon a time, and I don't know if he still stick by this, but he told me, right? If you're the smartest person in the room, get out that room. Get out that room. And so, Ron, you was in the chat, you were saying a lot of things, talking about coming over there to your panel, this, that, and the third, because you're trying to have these mini debates where there's just conversations, no real informations or no presentations or none of that. I'm not going over there where I'm the smartest person in the room. That's why Rob Bourne was calling you out, bro, because you claim to be unbiased, FBA, whatever you done turned yourself into, but you don't know anything about Black history.
Now look, they all say that. You know nothing about Black history. Now look, when you say that, you got to stand on that now. And I've never been in a conversation with anybody. I talked to the Reggies, the Unks. I talked to a lot of people that came over here. And nobody assessed me to say, hey, you don't know Black history. Everybody was like, yo, you know your shit. So now when you say that right there, you got to prove that. See, but if you already said you're not coming over here, you're never going to prove it. You dig? See, I don't say people don't know Black history. I say that you can't F with me on FBA talking points. You dig? You might know your stuff. I learned from some of these weirdos, but a lot of these guys, they romanticize and they don't disclose all what they know. I do. Hence, unbiased the name.
Right? You don't know anything about the culture. You don't know nothing. But you want us to have a conversation with you, or you want us to show up over there on your channel. The dear brother that's in the chat told.
So he 14 without ever joining the panel. Like that's a record. So that right there, I mean, come on, man. Like I gotta feel a certain way about myself when I got these top chiefs who take on all debates. They say from all angles, different topics. But when it comes to me, extending, hey, let's have that. You talk to all these apples, and you think you got an edge on them, right? And they're FBA. So my thing is, I'm FBA, like they are. Come talk to me, Cameron. And now we got you don't know nothing, but they believe the same way about the other folks that they debate. They believe the other folks they debate don't know anything either. They say the same thing about them. All right, so before I get off, let's have some fun. So Brother Reggie came onto a podcast, promote his African Black City program, which is garbage. And midway in the stream, he was so concerned about people donating to his Cash App that he forgot to finish the presentation. And then he got into an argument with the sisters. This was hilarious.
I bought Bitcoin, a little Bitcoin, only from a tip. I got a tip one time. As a matter of fact, you can put up my Cash App, right? Because I'm working for tips now. Because I'm just a black tax. Black people don't pay for information, and I'm trying to give them information. So, do you have my Cash App? Do you have my Cash App? I'm gonna put it up. Yeah, thank you. Put the link. So let me see. It's easy to click the link on their phone, right?
Is this where to scoot it over some kind of way, Gemini?
I'm gonna if you could put it in a link, fine. Cash App Reginald Mabry. So
Say
what
that
happened?
again?
Huh?
Sakina, what'd you say? I said, is it a way to scoot it over, or I'm just drop it in the link because this all over his face.
Oh yeah, it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Keep talking. I'll fix it.
So where is the present? Where is the private chat? So here's my private chat. You can put it in the private chat.
You could put it in the private chat. He's talking about his Cash App. He stopped the whole live stream to work out his Cash App. You're supposed to do that at the beginning or the end. Now, keep in mind, this video in a whole year only got 35 total views, a whopping 35 total views. So the question is, Brother Reggie, how many people do you think is in that live chat? If it got 35 total views for the entire year, how many total people you believe is viewing you live? It had to be one or two.
And you can put it in the YouTube chat. Put it in the YouTube chat. Listen, I'm working for you for $5 tips, right?
Okay, so he's going to disclose that he's a waiter. All right, so he want his tips. So he takes that waiter logic to the live stream. He takes that waiter hustle to the live stream. This is unbelievable, man. This is a complete L for Pan-Africanism.
I'm working for you for $5 tips. So if you're watching this show, please buy me lunch.
$5, not $1, not $2, $5. He ain't panhandling illegal.
I would appreciate it, right? Maybe I might even get a dinner out of it, right? I'm not, this is not paying my bills. I mean, through the month, if I add it all up, I might be able to pay my cable bill or my phone bill, right? If I add up all the tips of the month, but I'm a waiter, right? I'm a bus boy for you.
So he's a waiter, he's a bus boy as a profession. So at least we know he works. But this is why he has that tip mentality when he joined panels. He want his tip. You dig? So it looks like when he wait tables, sometimes he don't get the tip he needs. It'd be under his expectations. So that's why he's saying, yo, listen, man, if I would wait this table, I want a 20% tip, nothing less. You know, when you go out to eat, it gives you an option. It says 10%, 15%, 20%. Bro, if he's waiting you, he's gonna hand you that damn thing. It's gonna only say 20%. Yeah, your only option gonna be 20%, yo. He's gonna erase that 10 and 15%. This guy is crazy.
It's worth something, and the product.
I can't sell you a book.
Okay, so now this sister's gonna check him. But she can be like, yo, this begging online is pathetic. Listen, if they said something, if they don't, it's all good. Your work is valuable to somebody. And he gonna be mad as hell that she's speaking. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. because Reggie talks so damn slow. But he's gonna be mad as hell that she attempted to speak against his tip hustle. And this is why they be mad at me, right? They see the super chats, they see the cash apps, they be like, "Oh my God, what's so special about him? Why he get tips? Why he get donations?" Yeah, this would cause the jealousy, and you heard them say it in one of my intros. Ron getting all that money. Yeah, these are people who was usually cool with me until I got more views than him. Like Chief X said, like yeah, all y'all were cool with him until he outviewed you, until he out tipped you. Now got more donations, more support, more love. Now all of a sudden he's an op. And now you're seeing the making of an op.
Reggie, let me listen. Let me say something. It's worth something, and and what it is right now, it is perspective. It is when something is free does not mean it's worthless. What happens is just because you can't see the outcome of the life it has changed does not mean it's worthless. It's one of those things where you just don't get to share in the moment of the life change of a person, and that's okay. That's almost like getting your money on the back end or getting your reward on the back end. Sometimes it's not on the front end, sometimes it's on the back end. So I really, want, when you say that, I don't accept that way, because things that people do.
Yeah, if y'all can see his face, yo, Reggie ain't hearing none of that back end talk, bro. Yeah, let me show the thumbnail from yesterday. This was his face when she was saying that. Yeah, y'all, if you're drinking, if you're eating or drinking, stop. So I'm going to warn you, because you're going to spit that food out and choke possibly. Don't eat or drink. Here was his face when she said, "Don't worry about the front end money. Get your back end money." He was like, "Bullshit." Yo, that was his face when she was saying, "Don't worry about the donations. Don't worry about the tips. Don't worry about the back end money." You dig? Just keep teaching the people. That was his face right there. So I warned y'all, if y'all was drinking, stop. Hold on. Let me get everything correct. Yeah, she trying to let them know, like, hey, man, people support when they want to support. You can't force support. And support come in different forms. Support sometimes just come by viewership. Support can come by people liking the video, subscribing and sharing, and other forms of support can be monetarily. But you can't sit here and determine the support.
If they don't get to share in the moments of how it changed a person's life, does not mean it's worthless. Sometimes free things are the best. Again, you just don't get to share in the moment and see how it has really changed a person.
Well, my teacher, I understand what you're saying, but it's like anything else. What they say about Black people, if it's something important, put it in the book, right? They won't read it, right?
No, I won't accept that either. I won't accept that either. And just for the simple fact that, again, I know that a lot of the times we as people, we want to see an immediate everything, when life doesn't work that way all the time. Sometimes it's things that are left unsaid that are the best. And so when you change your perspective, you don't know how many lives or how many people have, you've inspired to sit here and create a better plan or an addition to that plan. You don't know, so you can't say. So it's not worthless. It's there.
Well, well, somehow, right now, for some reason or another, I don't know why maybe because it's saying the site is not secure on this browser. I can't pull it up, but I will put it in the chat later, and you can put it in the description on the next show, and you can read it. My professor is Dr. John Henry Clark, wrote the organization Afro-American. Listen, I understand everything that you're saying. I'm not trying to make money off of a plan for Black people. I need Black people to follow it, so that's why I made it for free, right?
Yo, he is debating her about her advice about, hey, yo, he said, my professor was Dr. John Henry Clark, and he said donations are a must. Yo, he ain't trying to hear none of that no donation talk. Next time, Brother Reggie, sometimes you got to just appear again and you'll get the, yeah, he ain't trying to hear none of that next time for donation talk. No, my professor was Dr. Henry Clark. I used to shine the boots of Dr. Ben. I used to wash the toes of so-and-so Benga, Sheikh Anta Diop. I used to floss his teeth. And they all said, I deserve a tip for my services. Don't you tell me I don't get no tip.
Listen, if I get $20 worth of Cash App,
yeah, he just ignored everything she said. It was like, yo, the hell what you talking about? I need $20. My man said, sis, with all due respect, shut your ass up. Where's my $20?
I will put it in the chat. Well, somehow,
how many lives or how many unseated everything when life doesn't work that way all the time. Sometimes it's things that are left unsaid that are the best. And so when you change your perspective, you don't know how many lives or how many people have, you've inspired to sit here and create a better plan or an addition to that plan. You don't know, so you can't say. So it's not worthless. It's there.
Well, well, somehow, right now, for some reason or another, I don't know why maybe because it's saying the site is not secure on this browser.
Secure? The browser not secure? Maybe because you're scamming, and that's why it says it's not secure.
Well, somehow, right now, for some reason or another, I don't know why
it's the Bilderbergers, my guy.
The site is not secure on this browser. I can't pull it up, but I will put it in the chat.
I don't know what to say.
And you can put it in the description on the next show, and you can read it. My professor is Dr. John Henry Clark.
Yo, what the hell I got to do with Cash Apps? Yo, the whole conversation is Cash Apps. He said, my professor is Dr. John. Family, she made total sense. He had no real rebuttal. And while she's saying that, he's trying to get his Cash App to go across the screen. He's like, yo, the hell what you talking about? I need that money.
Wrote to a organization, Afro-American. Listen, I understand everything that you're saying. I'm not trying to make money off of a plan for Black people. I need Black people to follow it, so that's why I made it for free, right? Listen, if I get $20 worth of Cash App, look.
Yeah, this dude is relentless with his panhandling. He's crazy.
Look, that's equivalent of me selling something. So what I'm doing is I'm selling my talk tonight. Is that fine? I'm selling my talk tonight.
I'm selling my talk tonight. Yeah, the sister's like, yo, that was unbeknownst to us. We didn't know you came over here to sell your talk. Yeah, you can't make this up. My man said, I'm selling my talk tonight. Forget, in other words, forget this presentation. It's all about the money, baby. It's all about the Benjamins.
Right? My book is much more detailed and it has much more information on it, but I'm summarizing it. So my talk tonight is as valuable as somebody bought the book or read the book. Mm-hmm. So but the thing about it is that if I get more speaking engagement, right, then that would.
If I get more speaking engagement, dude, this is not a speaking engagement, okay? Yeah, this dude is crazy, yo. Reggie, you remember Nutty Professor? Reggie, yo, this is not Dave Chappelle. This is not, and he kind of look like the Dave Chappelle character with the crazy drug problems. Hey, this dude said, if I get more speaking engagements, yo, he must have forgot that he's on a panel with FBA sisters. Dude, you're not about to have you're not about to say that crazy stuff and hop off, or we just move on. You lost the reality of our FBA sisters, bro. You're not about getting the last word, especially when you're wrong. You got another thing coming.
Cover it, because in these days, people are not really buying books. They're really not buying books. They're buying things related to books, what they call merch and stuff like that. Am I wrong?
Well, can I ask a question right quick? Let me ask you a question.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's the last book you bought?
Okay, so he didn't want her to ask the question. He's gonna ask the question first. This is called deflection. What's the last book you bought? Okay, so basically he trying to tell her, man, hit my Cash App.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, let me ask you a question. What's the last book you bought?
The last book I bought was called
Where is it?
The Pyramid, the Sphinx, Tombs, and Temple of Giza.
You bought it last week?
No, I bought it 2 weeks ago.
You bought it 2 weeks ago. So you buy food more than you buy books. You buy clothing, right? You gotta wash your clothes. You buy other things more than books. So books.
Family, what the hell is he talking about? You buy food, you buy clothes more than books. Yo, the sister's like, yo, who is this guy? Who told us to invite this nut?
People want quick information. Let's just be honest. They want quick information. I'm giving you quick information. So let me continue. Don't be worrying about that. Just people. There's my Cash App. I put it in a private chat. If you can move it up.
Yeah, my man said. My man said people want quick information. So basically, since I'm not gonna get paid, I'm about to rush this presentation. I'm about to skip some slides. Yeah, my man said, since I won't get paid, I'm gonna skip some slides. I'm gonna give y'all a free presentation. Guys, crazy. Cash App.
It over to. Let's just be honest. They want quick information.
Hey, yo, maybe I should let Reggie borrow my Cash App intro song. You dig? $ unbiased Reggie. Yo, Reggie, you can borrow my Cash App intro song. You got it, bro. Cause you need that thing badly.
I'm giving you like clothing, right? You gotta wash your clothes. You buy other things more than books. So books is people want quick information. Let's just be honest. They want quick information. I'm giving you quick information. So let me continue. Don't be worrying about that. Just people. There's my Cash App. I put it in a private chat. If you can move it over to permanently, buy your brother Reggie coffee, right?
Okay, but let me ask you a question really fast before you move forward, because I remember.
Yeah, bro, you ain't about to get that slick talk past an FBA sister. You done lost your goddamn mind. So the other one that was trying to educate them about it ain't about the money, that was once. This is a whole different sister. She's like, oh hell no, I ain't about to let you slip that past me. This money stuff. She about to get on them.
Reading on the link, this whole proposal is the reason behind it. Can you explain that? Because the Cash Apps and everything are a part of.
Black City Plan is. The Black City Plan is. The Black City Plan is based on the White City Plan.
Yeah, why is he so angry? Yeah, he cut her off so fast.
That's how white folks became successful, right?
All right.
And the Black City Plan that white folks used, which was the White City Plan, was stolen. Was stolen by the Greeks from Africa, right? Think about the word city. The root word of city is ci. That same word is in civilization. That same word is in civilized. That same word is in city. City is which I read from that
that same word is in circle and cipher. What is your point? Where are we going with this? Now he turned this into plebiscite Babel. He said CI is in city, it's in circle, it's in like, yo, where are we going, bro? It's in cipher. What else, man? CI's and what else? Yeah, because he's tripping, yo. You got CIA, like, dude, what? It's in Chow, right? CIA's in Chow. Yo, dude is tripping, yo. This is plebiscite Babel. I feel sorry for this guy, man. Like, he's really losing his marbles.
The book on Jacobs is that cities is the basics of government.
Yeah, that's CIs and CIA, Brother Reggie. And people think that's what you involved with.
Cities. So I would say that if you understand the city, you understand the government within the city, to understand the power of it, you understand debt, you understand transportation.
All right, but family, that's how Pan-Africanism is starting the year. Begging, panhandling, dodging smoke. No, I'm biased, Ron. I ain't coming over there because you be having those debates and you be cooking and stuff, and I ain't trying to go over there and look crazy. Because on my channel, I be debating with the abos and I be muting them. I be kicking them off. I be cracking on them, saying how dumb they are and they don't read. You know, I be doing that with them. But I know you for some years, and I know you be reading, so I can't really pull that on you. So shit. And if I go over there and get cooked, then everybody debated over here, is gonna make a clip of that and be laughing at me. So shit, hell no, I ain't going over there. No sir, I'm gonna stay right here in my own lane and talk my trash over here. These folks know better. Okay, these folks know better. I had a little fun with brother Reggie. He about to open up a storefront, learning some. Yo, he just saying stuff that don't mean that's nice. Right. Yo, this dude was gonna make I'm gonna fast forward. I want to know if he's gonna bring up the Cash App again. I gotta know. If he's gonna go back to the Cash App. Emily, he did not disappoint.
Love black people. So I'm gonna. I don't care. Listen, nobody's giving me a YouTube. Nobody's giving me any money anyway, right? I'm looking at my Cash App. I got nothing. Zero.
Yeah. Yo, brother, your mind is on the wrong things, my guy. Like I said, I think he's down with MOP, money over presentation, because his will to give this presentation has left the building. He's supposed to be looking at slides, but instead he's looking at his cash. He's looking at his Cash App. Yeah, my man said, I ain't got no money. I'm about to just check out. That's pretty much what he said. Listen, sisters, if y'all don't get this money going, like a Pastor Reggie, that's his new name, Pastor Reggie. If you don't put that money in his pocket, he's gone.
I love black people. So I'm gonna. I don't care. Listen, nobody's giving me a YouTube. Nobody's giving me any money anyway, right? I'm looking at my Cash App. I got nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. Right. So what I'm saying is, yeah, you can buy me lunch. I appreciate you buying me lunch, but I'm gonna tell you the damn truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Our kids are.
Yeah, you can buy him lunch. You don't have to, but he's gonna tell you the damn truth. Listen to this connection. He's trying to guilt trip you into buying him lunch. Brother, I'm sure there's a soup kitchen somewhere in New York.
Dying out in these streets. Our parents are dying out in these streets. And
don't you want to be a booty scratcher? It's hella rats out in New York. Why don't you snatch one of the babies up and fry it? Ew.
We on our way. We on our way to the next restaurant, the next haircut, the next car dealership. We wanna be those black people that want to say.
Okay. All right. Bro, get back to the Cash App, man. All right. So family, I looked down 30 minutes longer. He's talking about Cash Apps again.
In the jail. That's why we fill most of the jails and not most of the positions.
I appreciate this conversation, Brother Reggie. And
yeah, I do too. Reggie, my Cash App isn't working for some reason. I can't send anything on Cash App. I just tried.
That's because they blocked it. Suspicious scamming. They blocked that thing allegedly. They blocked it for suspicious scamming activity.
Tried to
send Brother Reggie. And
yeah, I do too. Reggie, my Cash App isn't working for some reason. I can't send anything on Cash App. I just tried to send some of my Cash App ain't working.
Well, it's Dollar Reginald Mabry, M-A-B-R-Y. Some people.
Family, it's going across the screen as a ticker, but he sees it.
Right, I tried it a couple of times and.
Oh, Brother Reggie, he ain't trying to hear that shit. He gonna say, keep trying. I ain't trying to hear that. I tried a couple of times and I'm done. No, sir. Keep trying. For the whole duration of this presentation, keep trying. You send that damn money, man.
It says something went wrong. I mean, I don't know what's.
Yeah, but something better go right, or I'll be right there.
I got it on my phone. I got the Cash App, but
it's okay. So you're again. I told you. I already told you. You ain't gotta pay, and Gemini ain't gotta pay.
No, I just appreciate you coming on here and sharing knowledge like that, man. I mean, yeah, you take time out your schedule.
And I'm laughing because while Gemini was saying, don't say it like that, Reggie. She ended up saying it the same way I said it.
I did not.
These guys are belligerent. They stay arguing. All they do is argue. Yo, these sisters been kind to him. They invited him on for 3.5 hours. You know, how long is this? I'm sorry. They invited this guy to rant for 4 hours. I don't know how anybody in their right mind can let Brother Reggie rant for 4 hours. Okay. And now he wants to argue with her because she didn't send him a cash app.
And I'm laughing because while Jim and I was saying, don't say it like that, Reggie. She ended up saying it the same way I said it.
I did not say it the same way you said it. I said it with the same authoritative, right? Because I do understand what you're talking about and what you're getting at. And again,
it ain't that serious. Either she gonna donate or she not, bro. You ain't gonna debate her about how she should cash app you, my guy. The information is valuable or is not. All right. Okay, so I think he went further. Let's see. He's getting pissed off. He don't have cash apps. And the one guy who's trying to send it, his cash app ain't working. He says, you know it's working. Who cash app doesn't work? Stop.
Ever, right? Live through all of that and don't get it. And don't get it. If anybody is trying to send me a cash app and it didn't go through, can you just put in the chat that it didn't go through? Maybe
it's just said Dewey that normally when that happens to your cash app, he said they stop your cash app. So you need to, if you look under the pending.
No, you didn't get the Umar treatment. She said normally when that happens to your cash app, they stop it. Sister, who is the they? Who is the they who stopped Brother Reggie's cash app from working, from receiving cash? That's crazy. Yeah, I've never experienced where, and I get way like when I had my business, a lot of people cash at me. You dig? Before the pandemic. So I had hella cash app transactions. I ain't never experienced one not going through. Yeah, so brother, you might have that Umar issue.
Maybe
it's just said Dewey that normally when that happens to your cash app, he said they stop your cash app. So you need to, if you look under the pending part, maybe it may have some other instructions or that a message.
Yeah, it's gonna say come to immigration. that's the message. Come to your immigration office. Your nearest immigration office. That's what that message is gonna say. Under pending.
Or something like that for you on why your cash app didn't go through. Look at the pending part, and that's that little.
But he don't have to do it. The other people have to do it. So I care about the other people. And then it's the same with you, Jim. And now thank you for donating me. But you're the host of the show. I appreciate it. It's just and the audience. The audience want to watch Flat Earth. They want to watch religious conversations. They want to watch everything.
Right, because it's entertaining. You're not entertaining. Like the other guy that I was playing earlier, the Frankenstein guy. You guys been on the internet for 1,000 years. You're not entertaining. People will pay for entertainment. They'll watch basketball. They'll watch somebody sing. They'll watch somebody act, opera. Human beings will pay for entertainment. No problem. No issue. If they're not paying, brother, they're not sending you no donations. It's because at the very least, you're not entertaining. You're boring.
It doesn't have to do with them, right? And so the reason why I'm on these shows like this is that just to hear the information and to see the alternative, because the people that sometimes that you're listening to, the people who said don't be a cop, don't be a correction officer, don't do this, don't do that. Maybe they're talking about themselves, about what they couldn't and shouldn't have did. But you're prepared. You're the survivors. You're the greatest high-tech version of the human being in America. You're the greatest high-tech black.
Yo, what the hell is he talking about, yo? What are you talking about? You're the high-tech of civilization. Yeah, it can't be that serious. Okay, now he's gonna mention Garvey. Oh my God, for Cash App. This Reggie, you gotta stop, bro. Like I said, it's one thing to say, hey, family, donate, you dig, blah, 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 blah. That's your little pitch. But bro, at this point, you are panhandling. That's illegal.
Exclusion measure. Garvey can never come. There would have never been a Garvey movement, which was a great movement, no matter what you think about Garvey. So with that said, I've given you a plan. Look, I can't even get cash apps for one reason. So
he is not letting that cash app thing go.
selling my book. Why should I have any debt? I've given you a plan. Look, I can't even get cash apps for one reason. So selling my book. Why should I have any daggone expectations when our ancestors were smarter than us? We got more, we do less with what we got, right? And it's an unfortunate thing, but I want to thank y'all for spending this 3 hours with me. And
thank you. Appreciate you much. Really do.
Y'all could put my cash app back up. Maybe I'll get more than
if y'all could put my cash app back up. Yo, he is focused. I ain't gonna lie. That dude is focused on that cash app.
Then Gemini sent me, and Sakina sent me, and maybe my cash app works now because
he said, "Put my cash app back on the screen." Yo, my God, they're closing out. He said, "Put my cash app back on the screen." The hell, don't close out. I'll give you 5 more minutes.
I appreciate it, but thanks for spending the evening with me. But I hope that y'all would value my work and defend me against these myth makers, these people that brought Trump to us, and that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you, Reggie. It was nice meeting you. I enjoyed this time together with everybody.
I hope I didn't waste your time. I hope I didn't waste anybody's time.
No, you did not.
Not at
This
all.
has been valuable time.
Never.
Time well.
It's so valuable. Nobody sent you a cash app. Okay, bruh, hang it up. Hang it up, man. Just become a chatter. Just come to people's, YouTube videos and just chat. Because this ain't for you, my guy. This clearly ain't for you. You've been on the internet for 1,000 years. I remember when I was just watching him. He on 1,000 years, man. He can't get nobody to watch him, nobody to follow him. He's trying to be a leader. Nobody won't buy into his scam, his scam city plan, right? And nobody, bro, just give it up, my guy. Yeah, didn't they say his elders died broke? Dude, I mean, y'all just ain't valuable. I mean, what else can I say, man? Then Tariq had to pay for somebody's funeral or somebody. Yeah, come on, man. Like all those Pan-Africans who hate on Tariq Nasheed, and he was the one that had to pay for somebody's funeral. All these millions of Pan-Africans couldn't even get together and pull their pennies. Yo, so you mean all the panhandling monies that you guys have accumulated, you couldn't put that together to send somebody out the right way, to send your elders out the right way, man? That's disgraceful, bro. That's why, like, I take this stuff seriously, man. When I hear this Pan-African garbage, I be like, where, man? Where is it alive and well, man? Nobody can see it. It's never in real time. You guys don't even agree with each other. You guys don't even agree with each other. You argue with each other. You fight with each other. You got different elders. You do elder banging. Your elder banging his elder banging your elder. They do elder banging, yo. Well, my elder said, nah, ain't none of them think Tariq Nasheed. None of them. They disrespectful, disgraceful Pan-Africans, man. And that's why they have built absolutely nothing. And they're the gatekeeper. They're trying to be the gatekeeper. They're trying to be the gatekeepers of real work, of real building. They see what we're doing is working and it's exploding. It's going everywhere. These guys, they hate it because they know it's going to, like, think about it. You guys got to think about this. Pan-Africanism had a 200-year head start. When you look around today's society, you don't see any remnants of it. Now everything is FBA. That makes them feel a certain way, man. They can't just applaud to that. They can't just, applaud. Hey, no. They're like, nah, man, we put 200 years in this nothing burger. And here y'all go with you got McDonald's. You dig it? We made a nothing burger and you guys come in with the Big Mac. So like a nothing burger, a small business can't applaud McDonald's, man. because they're gonna always feel like that should have been us. Listen, they sold out. The Illuminati's behind them. That's why they're so successful. But all these talking points gonna come about. Was Dr. Cress Wilson a Pan-African? Well, we don't know because there's no set definition of Pan-Africanism. You dig? They make everybody a Pan-African. There's no set definition. They call Ibram Traore Pan-African. I'm like, how? Like, when does he talk? I don't know. Like, the definition, yeah, they'll make you a Pan-African. They making Tariq one now. You dig? So whoever is successful, whoever did their thing, they're gonna make them a Pan-African. They're gonna make Neil deGrasse Tyson a Pan-African when he transitioned. Because there's no set definition. It just means a Pan-African just means any melanated person doing great work. Somehow they're gonna crown that person as a Pan-African. All right. They're serious, family. They'll make anybody a Pan-African. And don't forget, a Pan-African, that's just an idea. Okay, that's not your birthright. Keep that in mind. It's an idea. Like, we're humans. We come across ideas and we ditch them. Like, how many times you had an idea about starting your own business? Maybe it was going to be this, landscaping. And then you found out it's too hard to do, like by yourself, or it was more difficult to get contracts. You dropped it. And you picked up another idea. Now you fix cars. Who could come to you and say, hey, Larry, I thought you was mowing lawns and stuff. Why are you fixing cars? Like, so I can't upgrade my idea? Nah, so Pan-Africanism is an idea. It's an ideology. It's really religion. So people used to be Christians, people used to be Muslims, people used to be all type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's a journey. It's a journey. You're trying to find something, you dig? And you're searching for something, you're soul searching. So some of us, when we finally embrace our lineage, we felt like this is sufficient. My lineage, maybe it was never a religion. Maybe it was never an ideology. So the whole time we're searching for some type of spirituality. And the whole time it wasn't that. It was something simple and carnal as just your lineage. You feel me? Just your lineage. Like, I think we made it too deep. We made life too complex, and it was simple as your lineage.